Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you for money and career. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive into this reading and see what your angels and your spirit guides have to say. I'm going to be starting with your spirit guide animal cards. These are also your totem animals for this time. If you see these animals in the wild or you see an image of these animals, this is really your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder saying, remember this message, Cancer. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. All right. So we have the scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we have the beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. So magic is working through you as you're laying a solid foundation. You're really connecting with what's truly important to you. And that's really important, and that's your foundational self. And then we have your chakra cards, angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. So we have here universal light, which is, excuse me, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And then we have relationships, which is your sacral chakra. So that is beautiful. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Cancer, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. All right. So we have the Knight of Swords at the center of everything. This is an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. You're crowned by the Wheel of Fortune, which is beautiful. You have the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, which I love. These are divine gifts. The Page of Cups, which is you. So you're definitely taking this gift of the Ace of Cups, and you're definitely taking this gift of the Ace of Swords. The Empress, the Hermit, the 10 of Wands. It's a very interesting progression. You have a repeat of the number 9. You have a repeat of the number 10. You have a repeat of the number 1. And you have Justice coming in, which is a Libra energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd, which is also an air sign energy. So strong Libra presence here. You have the Hermit, which is a Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. So Virgo energy goes straight into Libra energy. You're charging towards something. Okay? You have to let go of everything that you've been carrying. It's not everything. It doesn't have to be a complete purge, but you are going to be purging yourself in a very real way because you're tired. You're tired of carrying around the weights, the burdens, the desires of everybody else and not for yourself. Yeah, it's almost like you get hit askew and you're looking at things, and it's because you're getting this new insight, this new light from divinity that you're like, well, what do I want to create? Where do I want to be? And you start to look at yourself in this very real, powerful way because you have the repeat of the number 1. And the number 1 is talking about the self and of power and of, this understanding. You have the Yud here in both of these pictures, which is the divine connection to the heavens. You have the repeat of the number 10, a dying away of one cycle, the beginning of a new. There's also a sense here with the repeat of the number 9, a sense of turning inward, of coming very close to the completion of a cycle. You can feel this coming, and this is what you're really moving towards, this sense of a new horizon, a new time, a new progression forward. And as you're having this energy around you, this makes the scarab beetle make perfect sense. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was a sacred beetle. It was a sacred animal. And so here, there's a sacredness to the magic that works through you. And that's the connection Brahma said in Hinduism. He said, he hid the God's head within us. So we have a bit of divinity within us. And he said why he hid it there is because that's the one place man would never look for that God's head, for that power. So here, with this sacred connection, you are seeing the magic within you. Now, it can be conjuring magic if that's what you're into, but for me, I see this as part of the divine light, as part of your divine gifts. And there's the sense that divinity is closer to us than we realize. We always think we have to look outward for everything. Happiness, joy, acceptance, peace, prosperity, it's always out there. We never look within, or we seldom, rarely look within. And there's this power, there's this beauty to you that as you embrace it, you find it. As you embrace your truth, you find it. And that's where you're laying this solid foundation. You are laying the solid foundation of what you desire, of what you need, of what you want, of where it is that you want to be. And this is really important for you because a lot of you Cancers can be seeing that the foundational, bedrock that you thought you were on, it might not have been bedrock. It might be sand. And as they say, a house built on sand doesn't last. And so here, as you're looking at how you want to move forward, you're looking at kind of cardinal truths, right? Things that you have thought, oh, this will always be this way, or, oh, this is always like this. And you're seeing, no, I want things differently. Or you want a new foundation. For a lot of you Cancers, that's what you're doing. Or you're looking at the old foundation and you're filling in all the cracks. And you're saying, no, because universal light is guiding you. This sense of healing, this sense of power, this sense of connection is guiding you forward. And you have this relationship with the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the chakra where we hold a lot of negative energy from this life and for past lives. It's also where sexual energy is held, sacral chakra and the root chakra. So a lot of times when that energy gets stuck because of the negativity that is around us, we don't create. We don't create the relationships that we want. We don't create with the insight and the power that we want to. It's kind of like, I know it's there. Why can't I create with it? And it's because of the trauma drama that is keeping this creative, energy, this sexual energy from moving forward within you. And you're building that gap between it. You're releasing a lot of negativity, and you're also falling in love with your life, building that relationship with yourself. And as you do so, you're going to want to charge forward and be like, I got this. The Knight of Swords is the card of most action in the Knights. He goes the fastest. So here, there's this sense of, I know what I want to be doing. I know where I want to be heading. I'm going to go for it. Just make sure you don't go so quickly that you wind up making mistakes. It's like you were rushing and you overlook things, because that's not going to be good for you. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to make you look at things differently, because you're going to want to be that protector, that person who can, who sees things differently, who moves forward, whose energy is flowing through them powerfully and beautifully. And as you do so, we have the 10 of Wands right here. So as you're moving forward, you can find that you have a bit of a different disagreement, or it's a disagreement and it's a differing of views with an air sign energy. This can simply also be a person who's just like, I have to act now. I have to go after this. There's no time. And you're like, no, wait, dude, just hold up. Look at things differently. Look at this, look at that, see what it is that you want, and then move forward. And this person can be in such a rush that you wind up getting left at work with so much more to do, and you're not even happy about this. I mean, it's not like, oh, I'll cover it, go ahead, like I know what I'm getting myself into. It's like, no, this is not okay, this is not fair, this is not what I want. What the heck is going on here? So with the 10 of Wands, just be very mindful of everything that you are taking on, and what everybody is letting you take on, because you're having a lot of voices that come in, a lot of people who are like, oh, it should be like this, and oh, it should be like that. And your response when you've had just enough will be to throw everything down and say, I'm just going to go for it. Okay? Now, that can be a fantastic response. Okay? It really can. It does get you moving forward. Now, even if you do make mistakes along the way, it does get you forward. So that can be seen as a win, most definitely. But there is a sense here to just go a little bit more cautiously, and try not to get yourself to the point at work where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm carrying so much. How do I move forward? Because that's what I'm seeing that's what I'm seeing with work here. It's just like there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that you want, and there's actually a lot that's being given to you by divinity that is really going to be a game changer for you. And it's going to be something that you really love. And so here, that makes sense with the Wheel of Fortune crowning you. Things start to change. And as things are changing, you are finding your powers. You have the archangels, you have a progression of the zodiac signs. You have the Sphinx right here, so riddles becoming clear because you have the sword, which is knowledge. You have the Torah and the Tarot represented here, so sacred wisdom becoming, becoming decodable truth. Okay, you could see it like that. And as you're moving forward towards what you desire, towards what you need, you're going to see that things start to change and your world starts to change. And what you do is, what's really interesting is because in this line right here, you have the tens trapping a 9, right? So 9, 10, that progression is really nice. And it is really nice here, even though it looks like you're carrying a lot, and you are carrying a lot. What you're doing is you're taking away the power of everybody else, and you're saying, this is my shield, this is what I need. And then as you do so, you're also going to find that, okay, I do not need to protect myself from everybody anymore. So it's almost going to be like this becomes an unbearable weight. It's kind of like Atlas holding up the world. Atlas isn't holding up the world because he really wanted to. Atlas lost. Atlas was a titan. He warred against the Olympians. The Olympians won in Greek mythology, right? They got Olympus. He got punished. He was, damned to hold up the world for the rest of eternity and to, never get a break. And so here, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm never getting a break. And it's like, look at what you want, look at what you need, look at what you desire, look at where it is that you want to be. Because as you do so, Cancer, you're going to find that you're changing the game. You're changing the original narrative. So the story, it's kind of like the voice of a story, or, the narrator that comes in a movie, that voice starts to change. The scenes start to change. Things start to go your way. But before things start to go your way, you're going to see yourself purging a lot of what you no longer want within work. And as you're purging this energy, just be mindful, especially here, of you have a Libra energy coming in. Again, a time frame, September 23rd to October 22nd. This person can be absolutely beneficial for you. All right? But do know that as justice comes in, as you're putting down what you've carried, there can also be a sense of loss. It's kind of like, I've done this forever. I've taken care of everything for so long. Now what do I do? Where do I stand? What is it that I want? And with the Wheel of Fortune, things start to change. And you have the 10 here and the countdown to the 9. So the 9 is turning inward. It's looking at your sacred light. It's looking at what you want. And it's saying, where do I stand? What do I stand for? What do I need? Where's my quiet? What is my centering self? How do I move forward? And as you're seeing this, you're embracing you. You're embracing your power. You're embracing your understanding. You're embracing the changes that come. And as you embrace the changes that come, you embrace the truth that is. And it is you. You are looking at things and you're coming through during this time as a student. Now, you can also have a bit of a difficulty with the Virgo energy. And that I can understand. Okay, a person who is introspective but doesn't really want to share that introspection with you. That's going to be a person that you run into trouble with, because Cancer, you're such an easy person to get along with. Oh goodness, everything just fell. You really are. So when you have somebody who won't talk, and who kind of puts the weight of the world on your shoulders, that's somebody who's very hard for you to see their side of the story, because you would be more than willing to see where they're coming from, to be the compassionate, caring person that you are. They don't want to share it. This person has completely retreated in themselves, and it can be at work, okay? Or it can be that they've completely retreated into themselves, and now you need to do all the work. And you're like, what the heck? This isn't fair. So just be mindful of this, okay? Just be mindful of this energy right here, right? Or somebody pulling this nonsense on you, because you really are going to have to put down your foot, which isn't something that you want to do. You really want to handle this with compassion, to say, you know what, I care, I understand, I see where you're coming from, but sometimes you just need to be the harsh foot of justice and be like, no, I don't understand where you're coming from. I don't get this. We both need to be pulling our weight right now, because you're also going to be going through a time of pulling inward, of looking at things very personally, very privately for yourself, figuring things out. And it's kind of like, well, what makes your pain more than my pain? What makes your questions more than my questions? And that's going to be something where, yes, I know that as compassionate human beings, we're not supposed to say that, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I mean, you can't sit there and say, oh no, now I'm Mary Poppins, I'm perfect, I'm practically perfect in every way. We're human, we're not. And so here with the Hermit, you're turning inward, and you're going to find a lot of knowledge coming your way, a lot of truths coming forward, a lot of things that may even have been buried in your subconscious really coming forward to be a game changer for you. And that's where you're stepping in with the Justice. Now, this could also be a Libra energy, very connected with the sacred gifts from divinity. So what I'm seeing first off the bat is that these gifts from divinity bring justice into your life. Definitely taking the gift of the Ace of Swords. We see that with the Knight of Swords, and with Justice holding the sword right here. So there is definitely this power, this strength to you as you're taking these gifts, as you're understanding, but you're cutting through the doubts and the fears. You're being just. You're saying the rules are the rules. What's fair for me is fair for you. This is where I stand, and you're having things balanced. Now, you can also be having somebody during this time who is in charge of the rules. Now, this could be your boss. This could be somebody with a very rule-oriented career coming forward, all right? Really balancing the scales for you, really balancing things for you, having you see things more precisely, giving you clarity, okay? Or there can be a ruling on something, or a promotion, or a job interview that you're waiting for. And whatever the outcome is, it looks like it's favorable, but whatever the outcome is, even if it's not favorable, it really does wind up working well for you in the long run. It's like another job opportunity opens up, another, another promotion comes your way that you're even a better fit for. Something to that effect comes here. Or you might sit there and look at the job that you're in and say, man, I was just going for kind of like the same job that I hate, and I was just going for it with a different title. Why am I doing this to myself? And you might be rethinking everything. You might be sitting there and saying, you know what? I'm tired of feeling like Atlas. I'm tired of feeling like everybody just kind of shouts at me and dumps everything on my shoulders. I'm done. And this really is a tremendously advantageous time, good time, for you to be a student of what your heart desires, for you to look at what it is that you want. You're going to be getting information from the most unlikely of places. You're really going to sit there and be like, oh wow, is that it? And as you're taking in this information, as you're learning, as you're understanding, you are getting gifts from divinity coming your way, which, since you're coming through as the Page of Cups, which is a person traditionally represented like from 18 and below, there is this sense of having the elasticity of mind, having this sense of wonder, having this sense of, oh, why couldn't this be real kind of thing happening, that you take these gifts and it's like, oh yeah, thank you. Oh wow, this is a cool progression. Like, this is the way I'm moving forward. And it brings peace, it brings harmony, it brings a sense of balance to yourself. You can even find that you are greatly touched by a youthful water sign energy. You yourself, as a water sign energy, might be coming to situations with this abundance of energy. You're not even going to know where you get it from. You're going to be like, wow, okay, this is really cool. Also, during this, Spirit is just saying, drink a lot of water. And be mindful with how much alcohol you're drinking, if any, so here, just be mindful of that. So drink more water, be mindful of alcohol. There's a peace coming to you, and it's not saying that alcohol is bad or anything like that. It's just saying be very mindful during this time. You're going to find that things really do affect your mood more powerfully than they usually do. So just be mindful of this. There's a sense of heaven opening up to you, and that's what I see here with the Yud and the Ace of Swords. I mean, you're crowned. There's the laurel wreaths of victory, and as you take this, and this is connected to you, and you have your mind and your heart coming together. Your heart is more of the student as it beats. It's going to be a student of what you desire, of the way that you want to move forward. The Knight of Swords is the way that your mind reads your emotional self. So I believe that we are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we need to connect with our hearts. If we don't connect with our hearts, that's where so many things fall apart. So we sit there and say, I'm going to be logical. Things have to be reasonable. And that would be great if we were logical, reasonable, beings. So we're both. We're chaos and we're reason. And there needs to be that marriage of the two. So coming together and seeing this wisdom and this understanding, it brings a sense of tears, okay? So just know that you do have heightened emotions during this time. Definitely. Like a cleanse of emotions, this sense where you might feel a bit more sensitive towards things. And that can also mean that you take on more because you're like, I don't know if I'm being sensitive. I don't know if this is something I need to be sensitive to. Where should I stand? They maybe didn't mean it that way, and I'm just, I'm very emotional right now. Don't undersell yourself just because you're connecting really hard to the world around you, right? Don't sit there and say, oh no, that's not fair. That's not right. No, connect because it's always better to be connected, even though it's more painful, right? So connect. And the justice comes. And you'll see yourself putting down the burdens that you've been carrying to start this new prosperity, to start this new journey. And with the Empress, I mean, there's this sense of power. There's this sense of purpose. There's a sense of claiming your throne, right? The Empress is pregnant. The Empress is pregnant with the endless possibilities that the earth has to offer. There's endless creativity. So this creative energy is moving and flowing through you, ready to be birthed into the world, ready to come forward. You have the stars upon your head, the highest signs of perfection. Also, the sense of, a connection to divinity, to the cosmos. And as you connect and as you're crowned by the highest forms of perfection, just like the most good you think you can do, you find yourself weighed down then by what everybody else expects. So when everybody else is expecting, this and that, you're going to feel like, oh, it's my responsibility. It's almost like a mothering urge comes over you. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I have to take care of this. You do not have to take care of this. Okay? You do not. They want to make a mess, they can clean up their toys, if we're going to go with the mothering, kind of analogy here, because that's what Spirit is showing me. It's like, it's not your responsibility. So you might sit there and be like, oh, but, I'm being nice and stuff like that. Be very mindful of this time, Cancer, where niceness will be taken advantage of. And as you move forward and you kind of block out what everybody else is saying, you focus on nurturing and caring for yourself, for what you desire, okay, for what you want. You're going to see you turn inward and you start to see yourself putting things together, moving yourself forward. And there's this grace that comes over. And it's like, wow, my heart and my mind work together to get me to where it is that I need to be. You don't have any pentacles here, all right, which is really interesting. So it looks like money is pretty darn good for you at this point. It's like, even if you're sitting there and saying, oh, Dane, you don't know the struggles that I'm having. And it's like, okay, but that is something that you get justice to. It's like, that is something that blessings are being worked on. And you are definitely taking these blessings. Do not think, because times are hard, right? And times are weird, most definitely. Do not undersell yourself, because that's going to be a strong urge. That is going to be a strong urge. You have this Empress energy around you, this creative, beautiful, passionate, prosperous, connected with all things natural and wonderful energy around you. Harness it. It takes you turning inward. And it also takes being kind of fed up with the current path. Your subconscious chakra message, not chakra message, your subconscious tarot message is the Page of Swords. You're being a student of your mind. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You are getting beautiful new ideas. Let this broaden your horizons. Let you fly forward. And your subconscious chakra message is divine wisdom. Divine wisdom is leading you. Right? This is the soul star chakra, again located 6 inches above your crown. You're already connected to it with the universal light chakra. But with the divine wisdom chakra, it's like the light cleanses you, it purifies, and the wisdom guides you. It's like, yes, these are the answers I've been waiting for. This is what I want. And you have that elasticity of mind, that connection of spirit to move forward towards it. Just be also very mindful of immature people during this time. Especially water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, other Cancers, and air sign energies, Gemini, Libras, Aquariuses, who are, because you're going to have this urge, you're going to have this tendency to be like, oh, I can help you out, because the Empress wants to help people out. But the Empress also knows when to step away and say, you know what, no, I can't. And Cancer, your instinctual self is going to be like, oh, but I can help you. I can help this move forward. I can sacrifice myself. Like, what's a little bit more work? And that's going to be something that you really get fed up with. It's like, no, I'm doing my job. And it really does feel at times, Cancer, that you're doing 15 million other people's jobs. Stop. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the dove spirit. Be peace. And let that peace shine and flow within you and from you. Because this energy right here is going to be one of the greatest energies to springboard you forward, to move you forward in love, in beauty, and in prosperity. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Bye.